Hey, 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 it is holiday season. You know how I know it's holiday season? The CDC just released their recommendations for Thanksgiving and how it relates to COVID. They're pretty strict rules. And I understand some people have been both negative and positive on the subject. It's created a lot of divisions. For me, I'm kind of in the middle. Some of the things I agree with, some of the things I don't agree with. But with that said is, I want as strict as rules as possible. Why, you ask? Well, it's because the stricter the rules, the more chance that people aren't going to follow all those rules. And what does that mean? Is that means I get to shame those people aren't following the rules. Now, I can't guarantee that I'm going to follow all the rules, but I'm not going to post a gathering on social media. But somebody will, and when they do, I'm going to be the first one to yell at them and say, "You're killing people." And then everyone's going to respond with likes and hearts and all these emojis, and I'm just going to roll around in these virtual emojis like a pig in shit saying, "Yes, I'm great, I just called out this person. Yay for Ken." But with that said, let's get into some of the CDC rules because I want to make sure you're all following, and I want to show you how they might impact you and impact myself. So as you can say, the coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19 here, it should be 2020 at this point. Did they change COVID to 20? They should. Anyway. A lot of rules. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to go over a couple. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's talk about limit the number of attendees as much as possible to allow people from different households to remain at least 6 feet apart at all times. Guests should avoid direct contact, including handshakes, hugs, and others from their household. I love that rule. Why do I love it? I hate hugs. This is the ultimate for me. Can't hug you, you're going to kill me. Can't hug you, you're going to kill me. This rule was made for me. Plus, you're talking 6 feet apart. You know, sometimes you're just in a boring conversation you want to get out of. When you're 6 feet apart, it's easy. Really, Frank? How's that job going? Great? I gotta go because you're so far away. It's not a big deal. So I agree with this rule. CDC, you're doing very good on this. Host outdoor gatherings rather than indoor gatherings as much as possible. Who cares if you're in New York? Who cares if you're in Washington State? Who cares if it's 30 degrees? Go outside. If you get pneumonia, you get pneumonia. But you know what? You're not getting COVID. And that's the key. If you get sick from a pneumonia, it's one thing. If you get sick from COVID, we got a problem. So yeah, let all the old people go outside rather than stay inside and possibly face COVID. Let's see. I've got an issue with this one. Encourage guests to avoid singing or shouting, especially indoors. Keep music levels down so people don't have to shout or speak loudly to be heard. It's Thanksgiving. It only comes around once a year. What is the purpose of Thanksgiving? It's to yell at your relatives. You wait all year for this moment to yell at your relatives from 30 years ago about how they did a lousy job bringing you up, and you're going to take that away from me? Sorry, I just can't agree with that. I just can't go there. I understand the meaning behind it, but it just doesn't work for me. I'm an American, and on Thanksgiving, I should be given thanks for the ability to yell at my relatives for all the horrible things they did to me when I was just a toddler, or 5 years old, or 7 years old. You know, it's not the same talking to a psychiatrist. Encourage attendees to wash their hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. I've got an idea. I am going to become the washroom monitor. I'm going to stand in the bathroom while people poop and pee, and then make sure when they're done that they're washing their hands. And if they don't wash their hands or only wash their hands for like 18 seconds instead of 20 seconds, I'm going to call them out. The way I'm going to call them out is anyone that washes their hand for 20 seconds gets a gold star on their chest. Anyone that doesn't make that criteria gets a little red X sticker. Those with the red X's, come dessert time, get vegetables. Those with the gold stars get apple pie and ice cream a la mode. I think the carrot and the stick methodology will work in this situation. Limited time. Use touchless garbage cans when available. Touchless garbage cans. Do you have a touchless garbage can? I don't. Maybe I'm just living in the 20th century and everyone else is living in the 21st century. But how common are touchless garbage cans? They're like $43 at Bed Bath & Beyond. Who can afford a touchless garbage can? It sounds like it's elitism to me. Oh, I've got a touchless garbage can. I'm allowed to host Thanksgiving. You poor folk out there, no Thanksgivings for you. Not only that, who makes the touchless garbage cans? The Chinese. Who gave us the coronavirus? The Chinese. It sounds like they gave us the coronavirus so that they can sell more touchless garbage cans. Yes, I'm pretty sure this was behind the entire virus. Plan ahead, drinks in small gatherings. Have one person who is wearing a mask serve all the food so multiple people are not handling and serving utensils. I'm just saying it. I'm saying right now, not it. I'm not serving the food. But I'll be willing to sit on the couch and let that single person serve me the food. So there's one poor bastard who didn't call not it right now, and they don't even know it. But as soon as I walk in that door, I'm calling not it, like shotgun, and they're going to be responsible for serving me my food. I wouldn't mind a foot massage while they're at it. I don't know. I've got socks on, so that kind of counts. So it kind of works with the whole social distancing because it's like a mask, right? But it's a mask for your feet. Yeah, I want a foot massage when you serve me my food. Use single options or identify one person to serve shareable items like salad dressings. What I think they're talking about is if you can get like the single servings of salad dressing or ketchup, use those rather than just the big Heinz bottle. So I'm going to head to McDonald's and I'm going to buy about 15 of these. And then if anyone tries to break out the ketchup, I'm going to say, no. Everybody use one of these packets. And I'll hand them to them, with my dirty hands and give them to them, but I'll probably charge them. But it's not, even if I don't charge them, I'm still going to win virtual signaling points for being the person who thought up, hey, make sure you bring single servings. Limit crowd areas to dispense food. Again, another no-touch garbage cans. It's totally a setup. I think our government is in bed with the Chinese trying to sell us these no-touch garbage cans. Wash dishes in hot soapy water. Who doesn't wash dishes in hot soapy water? No, I wash it in cold water. Come on, I'm not a fucking animal. Traveling, spend time together outside, 6 feet away, yes. Avoid singing and shouting. Again, they keep on harping on there's no shouting. You heard my take on that. We should be allowed, it's Thanksgiving, I should be allowed to shout at my relatives. What else do we got? Soap and water. They just keep repeating themselves. There was a blurb, and I must have just missed it over, where they were talking about no potlucks. Make sure you only eat the food that your family brings, which I think is great. You know why? Because my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law's husband, ex-wife, somehow she always ends up at our family occasions, even though she's like 4 people removed. She makes this tuna casserole with Miracle Whip. Yeah. I hate it. It's disgusting. But she stands over everyone. Did you try my tuna casserole? Did you try my tuna casserole? No, it's disgusting. That's what I've wanted to say, but nope, I just shoved this disgusting stuff into my mouth all night long because she's hovering over me. Now I get to say, no, what are you trying to kill me? Why would you do that? I thought you liked me. Next year I'll eat your tuna casserole when COVID's done, but for now, stop trying to kill me. That's about it with the list that I can pick out. I mean, there's got to be 50 things, but they're kind of repetitive. So I'm just going to say this to you, stay safe, follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules and you post this on Facebook, I will be the first to call you out, because after all, me getting virtual signaling points is much more important than your embarrassment that someone, strangers, called you out. So follow the rules, have a good Thanksgiving, and if you don't follow the rules, just stay away from social media. Bye-bye, guys. Happy holidays.